Hi, good morning. Pat Seekins, Operations with the Rocky Mountain Area Type 1 team. And this morning, I'll give you an update on where we're at with the Tamarack Fire this morning. And we'll start up here in the north end of the fire, Branch 1, Division Kilo, right here at the break. We did fly in a crew yesterday, and they were successful securing the spot fire across the Carson River. They also were able to get right along the fire's edge and go direct with some hand line. And they made it as far as Bryant Creek here until they got into a steep drainage here within Bryant Creek. And so we still got quite a bit of work to do to kind of figure out how we close the door there in Bryant Creek. So really good day in here in this side of Division Kilo with the crew going direct. Jumping over Bryant Creek here, we also had a couple crews successfully went direct all the way to Bryant Creek on the east side of Bryant Creek. And so we've got a gap here that we're going to have to figure out with the crews. But really good day in here in Division Kilo on both sides, east and west of Bryant Creek. Continuing on to the east, towards Highway 395, we pick up some containment line all the way out to Highway 395 and right to the edge of this spot fire here. So once again, this is looking really good here and locking off the rest of Division Kilo. So really good day on the north side of the fire yesterday. Moving into a new division, Lima here, which is the west side of the spot fire that's east of Highway 395. Really good day in there. We had the right amount of resources, ground resources, as well as aircraft to really get aggressive here, and was able to go direct to a certain point here. So a lot of really good progress on the west side of the fire, and really the west flank, of this spot fire. So really good day in Division Lima yesterday, and that'll continue today. And their goal today is to try to reach and tie in with Division Oscar resources as they come around the head of this spot fire. Continuing on, Division Oscar. Once again, a really good day in here too. Things were fairly mellow yesterday with the winds and fire behavior. So we were able to get in here with crews as well and aviation, and then we just really hammered this to really try to get some good containment and secure this spot fire. So that'll continue today. They're expecting definitely a couple more days of work in here just to secure this thing. But folks are feeling really good about what this looks like and the amount of work left to do in here. So continuing on, Division Oscar, as we come down the Highway 395 corridor. Yesterday they were successful doing a burnout operation around Holbrook here in these homes and brought that fire back towards 395 and continued south as favorable conditions allowed down 395. Definitely generated some heat here and some fire behavior. But the winds were favorable. They were kind of upslope and pushed the fire to the west, which is the ultimate goal, to keep that fire west of Highway 395. Towards the end of when we transitioned to night shift last night, had a really good transition here and looked for an opportunity to bring this fire and kind of lock this off to a little more friendlier terrain in here. So night shift, as we transition with day shift burnout operations, night shift was able to assess this and was able to get a couple hotshot crews in here, including a local hotshot crew to really work direct up here. So that was a really good day-night transition here to get this kind of locked off temporarily to reduce any further threats along Highway 395. So we've moved into Division Quebec now, and this is one of the higher priorities on the fire that we continue to work on and keeping that fire west of Highway 395, and really looking for some good options in here where we can be successful with hand crews as well as aviation, and still gaming out this, whether we can go direct or indirect to keep the fire north of Highway 89 and the fire west of 395. So that's the ultimate goal, is to box this fire in and keep this fire's edge contained and any future threats of this fire moving south or the fire moving east. So moving along west, so with this game plan of Division Kilo, and there'll be a lot of plans and discussions here with aircraft and crews today, that's going to really shape up where we go next with Division Tango. This fire's edge is still somewhat active. However, it's slow progression to the south. It's not wanting to run or push or threaten any additional values. So we're going to start to staff up Division Kilo, and obviously Division Quebec is really staffing up with additional resources today as we come up with this plan working west. Division Tango will do the same. We'll have this staffed likely tomorrow, and they'll come up with their game plan on direct versus indirect options to make sure our plans meet with Division Kilo moving forward. Continuing on the south side of the fire, Division Zulu remains unstaffed. Once again, this fire's edge is just slowly creeping and backing. No real issues or concerns in Division Zulu. Moving into Division Alpha, a lot of the same. There is some heat in here, as you can see. Once again, slow progression. No real major threats or issues here with those southwest winds. It just wants to burn back into itself. So it's really not finding that alignment for that fire to really get ahead of steam. So it's just moving right back into itself, which is favorable for us. Right here at the division break of Alpha and Foxtrot, just south of Burnside Lake, we mentioned this spot fire that's just outside the fire edge here. We did have crews make their way in here yesterday, and they contained this spot fire. So there should be no future threat to this spot fire and putting up smoke. It is contained, and they'll continue to work on that today for 100% containment moving forward. Right along the fire's edge, they also found an opportunity to go direct in here with crews. So this was really good, a really good day in Division Foxtrot yesterday. I'll kind of work this backwards. So from south of 88, crews were able to find opportunities to go direct to the south towards Hawkins Peak comm site, right along direct, and crews were able to access the fire's edge here and go both north and south, and made it all the way to Burnside Lake and to this area of the fire here. So really good day in Division Foxtrot. We really wanted to lock this section off to reduce any kind of future threat to Highway 88 and to expose any future country here to the west. So once again, just a really good day. Firefighters did an awesome job in here with CAL FIRE and other resources, starting to really lock this section off in Foxtrot. So continue on Foxtrot, just south of Highway 88, south of Crystal Springs. This is looking really secure. They've allowed that fire to back all the way down and protect these values here. So we can expect some future containment in this area in the coming days. Continuing east along 88, you can see we pick up containment line where the black line goes all the way back to Highway 89. So this was an important section of the fire we've been talking about for days to protect and lock off any kind of future threats to Woodford's and of course Mesa Vista to the north. Feeling really good about this section. Power was restored yesterday to Woodford's. As you can see, our containment just continues into Foxtrot as we've had containment all the way back to the Foxtrot Kilo break. So really good day in Branch 3, Division Foxtrot yesterday, as well as portions of Division Alpha. And that'll just continue as our plans start to come together, as we start moving southwest through here as the priority portions of the fire, and those plans will start to jive and we'll start to lock off this southeast corner of the fire. So I'll kind of zoom out for an overview of priorities too. We still have a strong presence of a structure group along Highway 395, as well as Woodford's and South and Markleyville and Grover Hot Springs. We are still staffing this fire 24 hours a day with night shift, and that night shift is a heavy presence here along Highway 395, and that'll continue as the need and threats, we hope to start to diminish along that as we start to gain additional containment and have some success over here. So once again, this entire fire is a priority, but we're focused on the priority values and the highest potential of threat, which right now is Division Quebec, where we're heavy on aviation and crews, and we're really staffing up this portion of the fire to achieve our goals and objectives here to start to lock this off and reduce any potential to the south and east right here. And that's where we're at.